I joined the registry in 2007 for a family friend that wasn't going to survive without a transplant. I'll never forget his words because he said, if you're not a match for Chris, maybe you'll be a match for someone else. I had completely forgotten about the program until I got a call the summer of 2009 telling me that I was a statistical perfect match for a 16-year-old girl. Her parents had called on the one-year anniversary. They said, our daughter is celebrating her first rebirth day today because of you. She's ironically also turning 18 this coming weekend. So I hung up the phone, I called my wife, and I said, we're going to Portland this weekend. We're going to help celebrate her 18th birthday.
All right. Well, that's odd. Somebody else's phone. Hello? Hello?
Oh, crap.
Look at that. Who's calling Okay, you made it a year. Don't have a heart attack on us now, okay?
It was a pretty neat experience to meet her and surprise her for the first time. What I consider her to be now is my third child, my eldest child. The ability to be called upon as a donor is a gift.
Every single donor that's actually come back and met their recipient, it's just been transformative. It just gives those donors a different view of life.
Be the Match program was created in 1987. Over the past 27 years, more than 61,000 allo donors get to wear this pin. It's a pretty neat fraternity. Thank you all for coming today. We really appreciate this. This is a culmination of a couple of years trying to bring this together, and it wouldn't have been done without the gentleman standing to the right of me. You're his people. He's your hero. We'd like him to say a couple of words, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with our first patient ward walk in St. Louis.
A walk like this reminds everybody that caring for patients who get transplanted is a very mind-bogglingly complicated process. And it requires great staff, great physicians, great nurses, willing patients, incredibly magnanimous donors, great science and scientists that actually make this process possible.
One day post-transplant, doing good.
This was done this year for those transplant recipients who are inpatient, compromised immune systems, and who won't be able to join us at Creve Coeur Park, so we brought the park to them. It's not a 5K, but it doesn't need to be.
It lifts up their spirits, gives them something to do. You can't sit in a room all day.
I worked on the floor for 13 years and we've never done this, so it's pretty exciting.
I feel confident. I'm going to come out of here with a second chance on life. And I wouldn't have been given that if it wasn't for my brother and these wonderful doctors and nurses.
There are patients at the hospital right now that are waiting for their second chance. What we want, what we need to get more people on the registry, people of diversity, blended ethnicity, where there's the largest cry, but simply to get more people to join.
They don't have to go in your bones for bone marrow anymore. They can take it right out of your blood, and I think people need to know that because I think we'd get more donors if a lot more people knew that.
Our program has several prime partners, and these prime partners play a major role in not only organizing donations and donors for us, but they organize the transport and they organize the transplant with us. Those include the National Marrow Donor Program, Be the Match, and the DKMS. Both of them are fantastic. And so I have to thank both the DKMS and Be the Match for all that they do.
I've received back tenfold what I've given. I made a difference to one young lady. What I've been given is an opportunity to see many, many people share their success stories. The next one is waiting to be told. All of us together have to share our successes for the next person that's waiting for a donor, that needs a transplant and doesn't have a sibling to donate. yeah, I've gotten back a lot more than I've given. Join us on September the 6th. The Siteman Cancer Center's own Team STEM Credibles celebrates the victories of all bone marrow transplant recipients that have come through the doors of this world-class facility. Be the match.